default? Oh, I see. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Live chat is turned off for gosh dang it. Alright. Then I will mark that as not for kids. No, come on. How do I get there on my phone? Nope, that's not right. Come on. Not used to this whole stupid COPPA bullshit. Alright. Well, COPPA's not bullshit. What YouTube's doing is bullshit. I need to go to my channel. That's channel settings. Can I? There we go. Okay, give me a sec. All right. Hopefully that updated it. Yep. Chat is enabled. I wasn't sure if chat was tied into comments, so. Well, there's somebody here, and now there isn't. Anyway, yeah, I came to the realization that I should actually get the stream going before I give the link. Or, you know, before it's scheduled to start. There's no reason why it can't. Oh, except that it's in the archive. So it's just whether or not you guys are part of the experience. Yeah! Hi, Xeal. Hi, Sis. It works now. Coolio. Yeah. So, yeah, so I just had this idea. I don't know if you saw the description, but we're making fish.exe. Let's see, where do I want to start? I also didn't know if anyone would actually be able to watch, but I just figured, you know, I'm gonna stream, or I'm gonna program, I might as well stream. Makes things a little more interesante. Haha. Yeah, see it. Sis, I got your DMs. Alright. You'll be here for a little bit at least? That's fine. So, where do we want to start? Fish.exe. So where's my projects? Code projects. Let's add a fish. Fish. Alright. So this is where we want to put the new project. So I'm gonna go into Visual Studio 2015 because that's the one that I have, the Community Edition. Which is one of the ones I use at work. Not Community though. So it's just, if you pay for it, you get more bells and whistles. That's about it. Anyway, while I'm getting that up and running. So fish. Yeah. It was a thing. They're the snake notes from before. It's a thing it's popped up before, but with all of the exceptions of pronunciation and stuff in English, if you use like, why I don't need to do that. I can just chrome it. Why is this down here? Fish. Yeah. Fish is an artificial word used to illustrate irregularities in English spelling. It is a respelling of the word fish. It is supposed to be pronounced fish. It is made of these phonemes, and the phonemes are the units of sound speech which distinguish one word from another. All right, anyway. So we got GH pronounced as F as in tough. O pronounced as I as in women. And TI pronounced as sh as in nation. Using the same method, fish can be a silent word where GH as in though, and in the next examples, the bold letters are not pronounced. O as in people, T as in ballet, and I as in business. But the one that I was thinking of was a specific one I saw on Facebook, which was not that potato, but a different potato. Yeah. But this is potato chips. That's us potato chips. You lost, sis? Welcome to English. Like these are artificial words though. They don't actually exist. They're just using specific spelling for these phonemes that are the exceptions to the rules. But here's the breakdown of this version of potato chips. Originally I wanted to call it potato.exe, but there seem to be variations on this. So no. Is that the I had a stroke Reddit? Yeah. Potato chips. There we go. P, hiccup. O, though. T, ptomaine. A, neighbor. T, debt. O, bureau. So this is the P. This is the O. This is the T. This is the A sound. This is the T sound. And then this is the O sound. Potato. And then here's fish and chips. If you tried to pronounce that like, I don't know, potato, and then ghoti and chogs. Anyway, that's just the background. This is loaded now. Basically, what I wanted to do was have kind of like a Google Translate functionality. Something like, if you wrote, I love potatoes. How am I going to do this? Potatoes. It would break it down into the component phonemes. I love potatoes, like that. And then each one of these would get, sorry, let's distinguish the space from the underscore. There we go. So the I sound is that phoneme. What is the most ridiculous, spelling? Basically, each of the phoneme will map to the most complicated spelling of that phoneme that shows up in English. So, like, I don't know, there. I don't know. This is I as an aisle. I, the, and then you can do tough, like TOU as in tough. V. Can F make a V sound? I don't know. Let's just keep it as that. And then the one that I was seeing on Facebook was GOUGH. And then it was PHTH, EAIGH, TTEEAU. I love potatoes. Something like that. So that's what I was looking for. That's what I'm going to try to do. Make it so you can throw in an English word, it's like in quotation marks. This is a translation, but it's just a mapping basically. Break down the English into the phonemes, turn those and flip those phonemes back into the mappings they have to the letters. So, I love potatoes. All right. So, where do we want to start? Create new project. How lost are you, sis? Windows Forms application. Fish. Why is it here? Code projects. Fish. Oh, wait. Oh. I have the programming with Hoto, cake, snake. Wait, I have this split up into parts. Yeah, that's how I did it. Okay. Alright, in that case, let's move. Do I want to do it like that? I guess, just for consistency's sake. And I guess to keep the format, part 3. Fish. Alright. And then snake. Yeah, but that's too many. I don't like when that happens. So we'll do it in here, and then it'll create its own directory for fish. All right. Don't know how long I'm going to do this. Just kind of had the idea last night. Talked to my little brother about it. Yeah, so Let's just put the text here as fish.exe, because that will be the name of the executable. And the name of the executable should be the same as the name of the project. So if I go into fish, and it hurts my head to see this and say this is fish. Looks more like ghost. So in binary and debug, there's an exe config, but if I build this, there's fish.exe. That's exactly what I want. It's actually making my head, no. Let's rename this to lowercase fish. All right. So now if I build it, let's rebuild so it'll get rid of the old executable. No, that's still fish. That's because the property is assembly name. Okay, I think, wait. I want the executable to be lowercase. But let's just rename this. Can I control Z that? Rename fish. Save properties. Wait, application. It's a Windows application. So it'll create a .exe. No, I think it's directly tied in with the assembly name. That's fine. We don't need to worry about that. We haven't gotten anywhere anyway. Alright, so what do we want to call this? Form. I don't know. Fish. There we go. And in programming, you can name things whatever you want. I've even seen, as I've gone through forums to try to figure out how to do stuff, I've seen code that's written in a different language. Like, you can do that. That's just not what I'm used to. Let's rename this. It's a form goat. Or not goat. Fish. Come on, Chris. Cannot find file. Let's clean and rebuild. Everything should work. There. Just so you know, when you press start, it runs the executable anyway. So, but it just runs it within Visual Studio. And if you do it in debug, which is the current configuration, then you can actually put your breakpoints and stuff. Alright, so where do I want to start? We don't need more than one project for this, I don't believe. So... go in the code. By the way, is this color scheme easier to see? Because I can also change it to a light color scheme. The dark one is easier on the eyes for extended periods of time, and but it doesn't handle having light in the background as much. It's like a light shining on the screen. At work, I have the different versions of Visual Studio set up to be different color schemes. So 2015 is the dark one. 2010 and 2017 are light. 2019 is also light. Basically, I was trying to distinguish between them just by the color scheme. All right, come on, Chris. So we got nothing. It's just similar, you know, to it's similar to the blank page when you write something, actually. So let's do no. Let's just keep it simple like that for now. What I want a couple things. I want some text boxes, but I want ones that you can't. How do I want to do this? Okay. Time for some brainstorming. I have a notebook and pens. And today is January 19th, 2020. Okay. So I was thinking there are a couple issues you run into. First is that there are homonyms, ones that look the same but have different pronunciation and potentially different pronunciation and meaning. So like if we write I love potatoes, which will go into a text box, that's not an issue. But if we had something like, if we wrote READ, is that read or read? Because E versus E are two different phonemes, which means what they map to will be different. So you need some way of indicating, having the user tell you which phoneme to use. Let's do blue. Let me get up a list of phonemes. But what are they? What are the things called that they use in the dictionary? Phoneme is the unit of sound. Phonemes list. No, this isn't what I want though. Wait, graphemes. Letters or groups of letters representing the most common spellings. Oh, I see. Yeah, so what we're doing is a grapheme that's not common, basically. What's the dictionary pronunciation key? Yeah, that is wish. Oh, it's just SH. No, but this isn't the thing. Whatever. Why are there all of these variations? Phoneme symbols. Let's try that. Phoneme symbols. Phonetic symbols. There we go. Alveolopatal fricative. Yeah, we're getting into English that I don't know. Oh boy. I just want English though. And that probably boils down to what we saw before. English. Phonetic symbols. Lot, odd, wash, strut, mud, love, blood. Fleece. Church. There's shit. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see. But each of these okay. These aren't all common letters and stuff, so I can't type them, which means I don't think. Oh. Oh, really? No. That's not the same. No, but that showed up. English phonetic symbols ASCII. ASCII phonetic alphabet. Yeah, not all fonts include IPA symbols. Keyboards don't have keys for IPA. What's IPA? International Phonetic Alphabet. Okay. Oh. Does that... Huh. So... Oops. Are these the same? Special symbols. I don't really need those. It's hard to give a definitive answer. Both systems. ASCII can be typed very fast. IPA is a recognized standard, is more readable and visually pleasing. So let me see. Let me just search. WinForms does text box support IPA? No, that's not helpful. Okay. Visual Studio IPA text. The Xamarin's not what I'm looking for. What? Append text with pronunciation. String containing the written form of the word using the conventional alphabet for language. What is prompt builder? Speech synthesis. Following example initializes a new instance of the prompt builder. Append text, my name is, add a proper name and its pronunciation. Oh. Dubois. The synthesizer speaks the contents of the pronunciation parameter, not the contents of the text-to-speech parameter. This is, yeah, this is just in .NET. Okay. Keep this for later, I think. Didn't know this existed. Neat. Let's try this. WinForms, phonetics, phonetic text, phonetic text. Two phonetics. Taco. Taco. Oh, that's cool. So any word you don't know how to pronounce, Although if you had a dictionary, yeah, but that wouldn't give the pronunciation, so you could play here. Neat. All right. That's not what I'm looking for though. Converting text into NATO phonetic alphabet. What? Convert a text in the text box into the phonetic alphabet, and I'm not sure how. Nice to have it automatically translate while you type it in. If the text box contains D, then replacing the D with an F. Also, this is Visual Basic. Looks like. Yeah, it was VB.net. Oh, wait. Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo Foxtrot. Yeah, it's the military phonetic alphabet. Alright, I'm making myself dizzy. Well, we don't have to have all of it figured out now. Gotta start somewhere. Alright. Stop it, Chris. No. Don't undo those. Okay, we're good. Coming here. Okay. So, my idea is we have one the text box where you enter in your text. Next to that we have the phonetic representation, and then on the right side we have the translation to, or the mapping into the complicated version, the fish version. So you don't want to, we don't want to edit. Okay, so this is where you enter text. And then here, enter text into the left one. In the middle one, we want to be able to double click highlight phoneme. I'm just gonna call it no, it's not a grapheme. IPA symbol. Double click highlight IPA symbol, and then have a right click drop down of options. So that should also be a text box with edit disabled. Text, edit, text, no, and a label for the last one. Okay, I think that's a pretty good starting point. So, now what? Tools, common controls, text box. Oh yeah, the first thing I should do is make it so we can't resize this. No auto size false, but I want form border style to be fixed 3D. Bam. All right. And then this is, oh, this is just a regular text box, but I can do multi-line, can't I? Yeah, multi-line, true. Now I can resize it. Bam. All right, there we go. Can we snap it? And this will be text English. Control C, Control V. Oop. Stop it. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong button. All right, let's do it like that. It seems to like that better. Also, let's change this border style to, oh, it's fixed 3D. This one is? Or does it look like flat? No different? None? Okay. I don't really see much of a difference there. In any case, let's delete that since we have this size here and just keep that. Text English, text IPA. Wait, it's not IPA. That's India Pale Ale. It's, no, it is IPA. Okay. All right. Like, did I come up with that out of nowhere? Text IPA. And then we want edit on this to false, which I don't remember. Is it enabled? All right, let's just test that. Hello. No, I don't think that's what I wanted. Okay. What was it doing? Win forms. Disable. No. Disable text box edit. Read only property. Ah, that was it. Okay, cool. We cool. Control Z. Because we don't want this we want this enabled. We want it read only. Read only true. Bueno. Ah. So now the caret shows up, which is what we want. So if I put... no. If I set the text here... I love potatoes. How does this work? It does, okay. So double clicking highlights the word. Let me jot that down. And red. Double click, oops, highlights the word. So maybe we want a single click. Single click for what was it? Oh yeah, text IPA. So if I clicked on, if this was actually written in the like IPA, then if I clicked on a part, one of them that was, oh wait, but you can't click. Oh wait. That's problematic. Because I can't, like, if I click on the letter, it clicks. Wait, does it always click to the left of it? Oh, it does. Okay. Yes, got it. All right. Clicking on letter moves caret to left of letter. All right. And we also only want this to show up for ones. Oh boy. No, come on, Chris. All right. So this is based off the idea that my brother had, where when you enter in the words, then it uses like a dictionary database to look up what the phonetic representation is. Then if it finds multiple words that have different phonetic representations, homonyms, then it would indicate that. And then you'd have to choose between those. The other way to do it would just be to have to look up every, like, you put in I love potatoes, but then you also have to put in what the phonetic representation is, and then it would just directly map that. So what I want to do, because that's a lot of work on the user, and the user interface, you don't want to make it more complicated for the user. That's poor UI design. All right, so what I want to happen when a homonym is found, is found in text English, TXT English. First listed IPA is used, or first listed pronunciation is used, and IPA text corresponding in TXT IPA is highlighted red. All right. So I don't know if that made any sense, but basically what I want to happen is if I put in READ in the middle of a sentence, so I don't know, just there, then over here, it would have the part for how it translated the stuff to the right and left of red, but the symbols that it used for red, or if it would be read, whichever pronunciation it shows up with first, those symbols would show up as red text to indicate that there were more than one option. Then when you oh my gosh, I need to take smaller notes. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. All right, so all word pronunciations are listed if the number of pronunciations is greater than one, the text is highlighted. That selected text is highlighted red. And then when red text, so this word, when red text is right clicked, it lists all options. Okay, so now we don't need to we don't have to click on a specific section within the word. We just keep track of the pronunciations for each word. Yeah. Da, 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 da. I know it's probably not as interesting for you guys, whoever actually watches this, and you, sis, when I'm not actually doing these notes on the computer, but it's just a lot easier for me to do it this way. So when red text is right clicked, it lists all the options. Okay. So it uses the first one. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I think I want a dictionary. Yeah, that's funny. All right. I think what I want is every word. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's how I have to do it. But that's not this. Ooh. This is a funky one. All right. So you can end up with a situation. Right? It says, he told me to read, so I read. So what I want is to have it keep track of yes. All right, let me think of one. Check one thing first. So win forms. Red text in text box. I don't know if I need to do a rich text box for this. Font color. Is that text box or rich text box? Win forms, the for color property allows to change all the text. To change the color of certain words, look at rich text box. Okay. So I need to change that to an RTB. Rich. I was wondering if it was a rich text box. So a rich text box is like a text box, but rich. Like, you know, if a candy bar is rich, it's very full of flavor and stuff. Or it's rich because it just has more stuff. But that's the way I think of a rich text box. Can color individual words. Okay. All right. That just means that I need to Oh yeah, right. So he told me to read, so I read, and we want what's nice would yeah, yep. What would be nice is if all of these were directly tied together. So only when oh shit. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. This stream is utter chaos. it's just it's just me talking and having like this internal monologue and then realizing I'm screwed. All right. No, but seriously, what I was thinking was basically like mapping these all together. So this he would have whatever. This is screwing things up at this point, so let me just get rid of I love potatoes. In fact, I need to get rid of this entire text box because I need this with a rich text box. That'll be the same size as this one, which is 447 by 440. Rich. Look at that. That's just some fancy shit. 447. I was close. 447. Boom. And then we change this to RTB for rich text box, IPA. I'll just put IPA text just to clear things up. All right, so that's there now. And whether this is actually centered or not, I don't know. I haven't checked the top left locations position. No. Top left. Location. Where's location? Oh, XY is what they're using. So from the top left, it's 530 pixels this way, and then 12 down. Okay. All right. Okay, got that. Lines of the rich text box is a string array. Now I need to pull this back up. Change this to rich text box. Color different parts of rich text box string. Selection color. Selection color. That might be helpful. Yeah, I'll probably use an append text. It just means add it to the end. Okay. All right, Chris, we all know you're going insane. So what I was thinking was, let's go back in here now. If I wrote, I told him to read. So he read. Basically, what I wanted was some way to keep track. Oh. I might be insane. Oh, come on. Uh, okay. Use your words, man. They're not gonna know unless you say things. Oh, well, sis, I was reading the chat, but um, it wasn't updating. You prefer black background, okay? You're very confused. All right, this makes more sense that you're actually chatting. Now I just looked down and saw that there were a whole bunch of Discord notifications. Uh. Oh, that's not your fault. No need to apologize. Okay, so basically, what I want, since this is all kind of a mapping, you know, instead of every time I make small changes to the text box, so if I changed he to they, then I wouldn't want it to have to go through and retranslate everything. So instead, what I wanted to do, why is it not? What? Why? Why is stream not loading? Oh, okay. There we go. Um, I think I lost sis. That was okay. Anyway, what I was saying is that, so if I change this from he to they, I would only want it to like specifically update whatever I changed and leave everything else okay. Leave everything else untouched because there's no reason to update it. So I was trying to think of a way to have a structure. Originally I was thinking a dictionary, but a dictionary would be a key value collection, and all of the keys have to be unique. So if you look in a dictionary, it's a bad example because of exactly this, the homonyms. But if you look in a dictionary under Apple, you find the value, which is the definition. But it's the same kind of thing, but instead, I would just have it so for the key I, the string I would be a key. The value would be probably like a structure, part of which would be what the IPA text would be. And then no, that the IPA text. And then I was thinking also what the mapping would be. But there's really no need to do that since it's literally just a lookup. So I think it would just be the one-to-one. But we run into the issue that this is read and this is read. Like the value, the string is exactly the same between read and read. Or any time that you have more than one of the same word, like and. Anytime you have more than one of those in the sentence, so you can't use a dictionary. Then I thought of just like a list. Oh. Yeah, because I was thinking like, because a list you can index through, and we're just talking about different data types. But a list you can index through, so I was thinking that would work. So the first one in the list. Wait, that would work. Because it's not an array. So the first one in the list is the 0th index of the list. The second word would be the next one and next one. But then my issue, I was thinking, oh, but if I took out the first word, then it's now told is now the first word, but it was the one index in the list. But the list, if I remove the first element of the list, then the indices just line up anyway. So, yeah, that should work. The only other thing that I need to keep in mind is white space, because white space doesn't get translated. So white space is just... Oh, that doesn't actually highlight anything. Great. Come on. What? Oh, does tab not work? Like, all of this right here is white space. Anything up to that point is white space. New lines, when you press enter, does a carriage return a new line? That's white space. So all of that, none of that gets mapped to anything. So I have to keep track of that too. It's just what's this? You back? Yeah, but I think a list will work. Okay, hi. I think a list will work for this. I just have to figure out how to handle the white space. The easiest way might... Depends what I can do for string formatting. C#, replace all words in string with format modify string contents, replace text. Let's just look up, because I think replace all words with asterisk. Let's try that. No, not all capital. String is dem asterisk text. To replace it, use the replace method. So it replaces the asterisk with. No, that's not. No. I want to replace. Replace all words with symbol. With symbols in string? All specified Unicode character in this instance replaced. No. Oh, but can you hear me okay? The only reason I got quieter was because I was like sideways on my bed. Wow. Oops. Oh, we're close. I'm very quiet. Up my gain, yeah. How's that? A bit better. Okay. Let me see how it sounds on my end. Test, test, test. Huh. That's... Yeah, there's an easier way to do this. Test, 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 test. Hello, testing, testing. That's not changing it much. Let's just do that. Okay, that sounds good. I didn't want to turn it up too much, but on my end it was still kind of quiet. So oh, wait, why'd I turn this off? Uh, yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a Cliff Bar. Take care of the laundry quick. Ready. I'm back. Got my Cliff Bar. Thanks, sis. Okay, so I think a list will work. I'm going to have a little more functionality than just a list. Okay, what was I thinking about? Since I'm trying to have this work in real time, I mean, I could just get it working the other way and see how... Oh, right, but that'll be querying a database all the time. I'm querying the whatever dictionary implementation all the time, which I don't want to do. Because database calls are expensive. I'm not even sure. Not even sure how I'd set up a database. Or if there is one that exists, how does it differentiate? No, it'd be under the same thing, wouldn't it? Let's see if there's a .NET dictionary database. No, this is the dictionary I was talking about. WordNet. Lexical database of English. Sets of cognitive synonyms. No, this is all based off of synonyms. Dictionary for your tables. This is not legible. There we go. No. part of this is just figuring out how to search for what I'm trying to find. So I want a dictionary text file. A text file containing 479,000 English words. This is just words. Now I want English words with pronunciation PDF. No. What do I call this? I mean, it's a lexicon, right? Lexicon. The vocabulary of a person, language, or branch of knowledge. Nope. A dictionary. Yeah, whatever. English. IPA. Lexicon. Sure. No, shut up. Word pronunciation pairings file. No, I don't want the. Oh. How do you say things in Irish? One of the first things that shows up. Okay. One more bite of the Cliff Bar. Nope, that's not what I want. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Define. Why the frick are you... Whatever. You could easily store these things if you're storing the pronunciation. But you're not. You're just... These are just... audio files. Come on. That other site was actually nicer.
Red.
3 pronunciations and it only did 2. Phrases. To dead men and absent, there are no friends left. Okay. All English words with pronunciation. I have a feeling I know how I'm going to have to do this. I'm not looking forward to that. Okay. Yep. So, basically, I'm going to have to create my own database. It seems like. Unless... list of English words with IPA with phonetic transcription. Yeah. Okay, wait. English Phonetic Transcription Handbook. This is probably not what I want. And no. Dictionary of Phonetics and Phonology. This dictionary covers over 2,000 terms of phonetics and phonology. Oh. Yeah. Oh. I ran into this today. A blout. Well. Interesting. That's not what I want. One 100 very common English words and phonemic characters. Phonemic.chart.com. If I do there, transcribe words to and from phonetics. What? That's there. Is this UK? There. 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 That's what it is, yeah. Read. See, this suffers from the same problem. That's only one phonemic script and one phonemic representation. It's using Wiktionary, apparently. Okay, yeah, this is still turning into what I think is gonna actually happen. Big list of words, phonemic chart. Ag. This is gonna suffer from the same problem, though. Let's go to red. R-E-A-D. Yeah, for my purposes. Why is this not clicky? Click, click. Click. Click, click, click. Oh. It's loading. It's thinking hard. Yeah, it's the same. This doesn't show read. It just shows the first one. Alright. Alright, I know what I have to do. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Gosh. Alright. How lost are you right now, sis? Oh, somebody else has joined the stream. Hello. Sis, okay. You'll be right back. Okay, now I'm actually back. I accidentally pressed my PC's power button with my foot. Yeah! I think my dad's done that. I think I'm just not really understanding at this point, but it's okay. I think I still know the basic idea. Yeah. Yeah, well, here's the long and short of it. I'm gonna have to create a dictionary database. I'm gonna have to create a dictionary database that will have the I'll do a SQLite database because that's what I'm used to, and it will have the one sec. Bless you. You're welcome. The stream's really the chat's being really weird on my phone. Anyway, SQLite dictionary database. It'll have two columns. The what's the word? ID? No. What's the word? The key, the primary key. And then pronunciations. So the word will be the primary key, and it'll be a string. Difference between text and string. What was the difference? I'll just do text. They're probably equivalent. And the pronunciations will be IPA text as CSV string, and CSV means comma separated values. So whenever you see commas separating a bunch of values, that's a CSV string. And that'll also be text. Pretty sure that's all I need for that. So I haven't even added the last control here. Label. This is a label. It is small. Change its border style to fixed 3D. And then I'll change the back color to white. So it'll be the same as the other ones. I think this also has a multi-line. No, come on. I know there's a way to do this. WinForms resize label. Auto size, okay. Turn off auto size. There we go. Now I got a big thing. What were the sizes? 447, 440, 447, 440. So this is a comma separated values. 447, 440. No. Oh gosh, dang it. I don't want a label click event. Yeah, let's do that. And then I'm gonna go over here. Oh no, it's still there. Yay. All right. So this is the label, and this is gonna be, oh boy, get a sneeze. Yeah, this is so since this is a lot more complicated than the snake project. Well, in some ways, like internally. Snake is going to be a lot more complicated the UI way. Label, label, fish. Change the text. There we go. All right, now we have 4 boxes that look exactly the same, but are different controls and have different functionality. Nope, they don't look exactly the same. Okay, whatever. All right, so written down some stuff. Should probably start turning these into tasks. Um, all right, where was I? Yeah, close chat. Chat. What? The stream ended? Oh, whoa. We hope not. Okay, well, that was weird. I don't know if I lost internet or something. I did go a little quiet, but that's not the first time that's happened in this stream. All right, so SQLite dictionary database. Okay, it's back. Yeah, good. Let me cross out the double click here. We'll figure out how I'm actually going to do that. All right, let's start with the basics, which is going to be every time. This is going to be a text. Yeah, text changed. Nah. We don't need to worry about the XML comments. All right. So, anytime the text in the text English text box changes, it'll fire the code in here. So, just for reference, let's just do console write line. The text English dot text. Just to show you. So where is not immediate window? Where's console? Output. Yeah. build debug. We put, I'll do debug. Actually, oh, this should still work. There we go, see? So as I change this, it's writing to this line. So if I put a breakpoint here, since we're in debug mode, and she put a J, now here's the new text is OJ. So, cool, got that. All right. What do I want? I want a class. Gosh, I gotta stop thinking that it says ghoti. It says fish. This hurts my brain. But that's the price I pay for trying to do something with English. Okay. So the first step make a checkbox. Okay, we want parse parse text English.text into the data structure. Which we have to make. Sorry, which I have to make. At some point I should put the, if anyone's interested in actually messing around with some of these things, I can stick them onto, what's it called? GitHub. But I don't need to worry about that at the moment. Okay, so I want a class. So let's create a class. That'll need a name, add new item, a class. What are we gonna call this class? Class fish lookup. Sure. No, that's not what I wanted. Delete. Yes, delete permanently. I thought component. Okay, new item. Oh, it's the top one. Come on, Chris. Class fish lookup. It's the more I see it, the less it looks like fish. All right, so we got a class. Let's make it public, because otherwise I can't access it from outside of this file. I don't remember changing anything with that. Okay. So like here, currently I can do fish lookup. Oh, wait. Oh, because it's in the same namespace. Yeah, so it's still probably a good idea to make it public. So let's define a fish lookup here. And let's make it private. Nothing else needs to know about our fish lookup. M lookup equals new lookup. Okay, so the M underscore is kind of a convention that is like, it tells you it's a member variable. So it's a member of this class. So if that shows up in any method, like down here, if I see this shows up, I know that that is a member variable and it's like accessible by everything in this class, basically. It's just a naming convention. Okay. We got the fish lookup. So I don't really need to overload the default constructor. No, I do. Because in here I need to make property. Yeah. So let's make a private member variable, the string called M. Full text, I guess. That says fel text. All text probably makes more sense. And set that to empty string, which I think is equivalent to just doing string dot empty, but this is a very simple way to do it, in my opinion. Public string all text. So this is a property, which means that it has a get, a getter, and a setter. So if we try to access the value of this, it'll give us whatever the getter tells it to return. In this case, I'm just going to return all text. We don't... Yeah, we do. We do. Oh, you'll be right back again. Okay. Okie dokie. Feet cold, wear socks. Okay, so get that value. We can also set all text equal to the value that it's trying to assign to the property. Could make it read only. Okay, what am I trying to do? So whatever is in the text box, I want that to set the all text string. Okay. And let's do another property a list. Oh gosh, this is where it's gonna get complicated. What is this a list of? It's gonna be add a struct, I think. I'll just make it public for now. All right, let's see if I remember how to do this. So we're gonna have welcome back. This struct, okay, so we need to have the word, which is gonna be string, the I think that you can't initialize. Cannot have an instance property field initializers and structs. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Private. So we have the word that we've got, and then we have the list of, not a list. Is there a reason to make this a struct instead of class? Anyway, this is a list of string pronunciations. And then we need the no, that should be it. No, wait. Default pronunciation. So oh, right. Public. This is the constructor. So we initialize a new one of these. There's a word, pronunciation. All right, I need string. List, string, default. No, wait. I don't need that. Okay. Yeah, must be fully assigned. I'm working on it. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Word. Pronunciations equals pronunciations. Now, if pronunciations is not null, and is it count for a list? Pronunciations dot count is greater than 0. I mean, if it's initialized, it should have a count of 0. Yeah. So let's default the no. Let's default the default pronunciation to null. But if there is one, then we grab the first one. Should probably default this too. Default these both to null. And then I'm just gonna make this a class because I don't see a reason not to. Because I want to have these as methods. Or not methods, properties. Let me condense what I put here. Since it's really simple. Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, that's the template I'm going to use for these defaults. And if I wanted to make it so different things happen, oh, Merska came to say hi. Hi, Merska. Merska. Pronunciations. This one's not going to be quite so simple. And this will be read-only. So let's do that. That. Oop, no. There we go. I can do that, right? Not valid for this item. Well, fudge. All right. Oh. There we go. All right. So, but here we need to change something. When it sets M pronunciations, we need to do a check in the set here too. If value we could, yeah, we should set it first, I think. Then we check if M pronunciations equals null, it shouldn't be null. But if it's null or M pronunciations dot count, no, if it's not null and the count is greater than 0, I feel like I'm reusing code now. Yep, I am. So let's just do this. Pronunciations equals pronunciations. That way it'll actually hit this code. So it'll set it, and then it'll check if the pronunciations is not null, and that was or, and pronunciations count is greater than 0, then M default pronunciations, oops. Wait. How'd I... PRONUNCDEF. Oh, pronunciate. No, gosh dang it. Rename, change that to an A. Okay. And rename. But no. Go away. Insert comment. That's what that did. Rename. Change that to an I. All right, there we go. Equals and pronunciations, the first one. All right. So this also sets the default pronunciations equals null. And if this isn't, if it's either null or size is 0, then we want to set it. Wait. All right. If it's null, then we don't want it to be null. We want it to be a new list, basically. So how am I want to do that? You're not really understanding what's happening right now. Which part? I'm just setting up classes. If this list is null, no. Okay, yeah, let's do it like this. If that was unnecessary, there we go. The code writing and how it affects things. Okay, sure. So I'm setting up. All right, one sec. So if pronunciations is not null, then we check to see if the count is greater than 0. If it is, then we set the default equal to the first one. But if it is null, then we want to set pronunciations equal to a new list. Okay. to new. There we go. All right, default. This is only read only, so if it's null, that's fine. Actually, should probably default to empty string. No, it should default to let's make a public constant. String no pronunciation equals okay. I'll just use this no pronunciations string as my default and what I set it to by default. Okay. And I'm using capital letters for a constant for constants. So these are things that I can't change in the code. They just are these values. All right. There we go. All right. So the code writing and how it affects things. So as far as, so right now nothing is tied into these classes that I've made. It's just this UI. The same thing we had before. What? Oh, I changed this to a rich text box and I didn't change read only. I need to change that. Read only. True. Okay, cool. Now I should not be able to type there. Cool. All right. So the part that I'm on right now is parsing the text in the text English text box into a data structure. So I was setting up the data structure. I wanted for each word, oops. For each word, I want to save. Basically, I want to keep track of what the pronunciations are for the words that are currently in this text box, so that I don't have to every time, like you see every time I'm typing here, it's updating this console down here. So, but I don't want to, every time that I change anything in the text box, I have to go query the database for the pronunciation for what's currently in the text box. So that's why I'm trying to set up a data structure that will have, it'll split up all of, it'll get all of the words it'll get all of the words that are in the text box, and along with the word, it will have all of the available pronunciations for it, and then the all the pronunciations for it, and the available pronunciation, or the selected pronunciation. So that's my fish lookup class, is the list that I want to use. But it has to be a list that contains a bunch of information. So I am defining private list of string fish. Oh, it's called fish struct. That's fine, I can call it fish struct. Or let's change it to rename this to fish info. Wait, this has nothing to do with the fish. Yeah, no fish. Rename this to IPA info. So this list cool. Yep, that's set up. These are properties, is what they're called. So I access all text, and then the way I have it set up, when I try to get, oh, why is insert selected? Where's insert on this keyboard? No, no. Function? There we go. I don't know how I did that. When I try to do something like, so let me define, I have my lookup here. So I have this all text property, and then I have this m all text member that is private, but the property is public. But all it's going to do is return me the value of all text, because when I get it, it'll return all text, and when I set it, it'll set the value of all text. So string, have caps lock on, string text equals mlookup dot all text. Okay. Likewise, I can do mlookup dot all text equals hi. So just as an example, let's just do this so you can see what's going on. What? Oh, there are build errors, yes. Just comment that out. All right, so we've hit this line of code. If I continue, bam. So we've hit this getter. Alt text is nothing. So if we continue, I got the string nothing. Okay. Now alt text, I'm setting it to high. Continue. I hit the setter, and here's the value of high going into alt text. So after I go out, alt text is now high. Well, m alt text is high, but it was empty string. It's just a condensed way instead of having a specific getter and setter method. Like change the value of this variable using this method, or get the value of this variable using this other method. It looks just the same as using a variable. So here is, nope, I don't need to do that. Here is alt text is empty string, so that's empty string. Now we're setting alt text to high, and then when we try to get alt text, it's now high because we set the variable m alt text to empty string. This is a C# specific thing. Anyway, so, but as far as the code writing and how it affects things, right? So I don't need this. That was just an example. And I don't really need this either. That was just as a demonstration. We'll leave it for now. But I want to have, it'll make more sense. Let me just implement this. Public list of IPA info. List. Getter setter. Okay. So what I want to happen is when I set all text, I don't know if I actually want to set it. Okay, so we get the all text. And then get a string words that's equal to all text dot, oops, split. Oh no. C sharp split string get C sharp get only words, get all words in string. Yeah. Yeah, I have a paragraph and I like to get all the words. My problem is that I don't want the suffixes, words that end with punctuation marks such as I also don't want words with apostrophe S and apostrophe M where it should only return world. What? My dog bone toy. Oh gosh. But okay. No, that's not what I want. I need to split this on can't convert from string to char. Well, here's a char. Oh. Right. Okay, so we'll just do this for now. Keep in mind, I'm probably not doing this the best way. Get another bite of Cliff Bar. Let's define a private method that returns nothing. Populate list. And now let's just give it a string array. Words. And all it's going to do is go where that is come from. All right. Oh, semicolon. Okay, so it's going to go through each of those words in the array. And then we are going to add them. I'm going to create a new okay, so the string is going to be words at the current index in the array. The list is going to be null. Like that. Now we're going to add it. If yeah, there's gonna have to be more to this, but let's just put a note to do. Oh no. Change to check. Oh, come on. Against current list, because we don't want to add more. List.add the IPA info there. So let's just stick the populate list here for now. Pass in the words. And I'll put a breakpoint here, but I'll also put one in this method. So on load, we're just going to set the lookup all text equal to, wait. Yeah, that'll do it. Equal to text English.text. So the first thing it's going to hit is this, because we're using the setter for all text. All right. Continue. So we hit here. Now, the current text is nothing, but oh, it's still nothing. That's a bad example. Let's just set it to there you go. Now you need to get going. Good luck for the rest of your stream. See you. Bye, sis. Yeah, I'll be done soon. This has gone a lot of different directions. So there's 2 words in this array. Split them off from there. All text is high seal ball. Split it on the space, which will need to be fixed. It'll actually need to check the words against the database at some point, but this is fine for now. So create a new instance. Default pronunciation is missing pronunciations. Pronunciations, the count is 0 because it's a new list. Word is high. add it to the list, add it to the list. Now, so just from setting the all text property, we now have mlist equal to hi, no pronunciations, and syllable, no pronunciations. And it lists the property as well as the member variable. Is there anything else I wanted to do? Nah, this is probably good for now. Where's my to-do? There's my to-do. If you put TODO in any stylization, you can do TODO. It still shows up there. If you put to-do equals, yeah. If you put Todd doesn't show up. Gosh dang it, Todd. Change to check against current list. Yeah, this is a bit of a mess. But that's how all the projects start. You gotta start somewhere, though. Because if you just think about it for an eternity, you don't get anything done. You can always fix things later. Anyway, that's the beginning of fish.exe. It's the beginning of a painful friendship. All right. Yeah. No, that is actually pretty good timing, because I just wasn't sure what I was gonna do next. All right. Well, that'll do it for this rousing episode of Programming with Hoto. Thanks for tuning in, checking it out at a later date, whatnot. If you have any questions, you can reach me on Facebook or Twitter, or what's the other one? Tumblr. Also on Instagram. So, I don't know. It's okay. I don't need to know what I'm doing. As long as I have fun. And this was pretty short notice, so the fact that anyone showed up was pretty cool. Otherwise, just me talking to myself. Which is, right now, my grandpa said I was vaccinated with the phonograph needle, so, AKA I talk a lot. Anyway, yeah, just minimize that. Got our fish. We got our fish. Oh yeah. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But to give you some idea of kind of the direction that this will go, basically, so we need, as the text gets updated in text English, need to have querying of the database when one of those words, only on the words that change, to get the pronunciations. Those pronunciations will show up in the text IPA text, or sorry, the RTB IPA text, rich text box in red, and then we'll have right click on those red words to be able to select between the pronunciations. that database is going to have to be created. It'll be created in SQLite, and what I might do is have it so that when you enter a new word, it'll query the database. If it's not found, then it'll say add to database, and then you add it to the database. It'll ask you for the pronunciation or pronunciations, and you just add it to the database. If it's already in the database, there should be an option to add another pronunciation. So we probably need, let's put that in blue. Need functionality in text English. This is a lot of programming, by the way. Is the design and the planning. Need functionality in text English. So what did I say? I said right click, so we right click and then add pronunciation. Add word if missing. Add pronunciation if word exists. But before that, need to probably on we'll probably need to change the text English to an RTB, a rich text box. Check for words in DB highlight red if doesn't exist. So let me just change text English to RTB English. Change. Oop, no. No, what are you doing? Shoot, go. No, flu. Bleh. This is annoying. Go away. Go away. Go away. Fine. I'll click properties. Then I'll close it because you're dumb. All right. So I need to replace text English with a rich text box. Yeah. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles, dear. $447, $440, $440. Oh my gosh, I was so close. And then change this to RTB English. And should... What? Text English. Yeah. But this isn't even being used, right? Find all references. 0 references. So I need to get rid of that. But I also need to go into form fish, designer, and get rid of... Oh wait, no, it already did. Yeah. So let's just make sure. Yep. And yep. Okay, cool. All right, cool, that'll do it. Let's just close that. Yeah, so it'll be up to the user to add words and pronunciations as they're missing. Kind of like in Microsoft Word, how so it's kind of an idea like similar to what I was thinking before, where the user will have to enter in the pronunciations, but it's only so it gets added to the database, and once it's in the database, then they don't have to do it again. Anyway, but it's similar in Microsoft Word, where if you write something and then, you know, Word underlines it in red saying, this isn't in the dictionary, and you can just say add to dictionary. Which I've done on many things that it doesn't say are words, but I'm just sick. I am so sick of the red squiggles. The red squiggles can go die in a hole. Anyway, so then we'll be able to, so I have to create the SQLite database. Then we'll be able to add to it, query it, and then use that to populate the lookup, the M lookup data structure. And then I think the easiest way, we'll need to do the mapping, add the, probably just like a text file or something to do the mapping of each of the IPA symbols to the fish, you know, type. What was the word? Grapheme? Yeah. To the complicated grapheme that we decide to use. And this doesn't just have to be for fish. This can do any mapping. So you could just replace any phoneme. So it's kind of similar to how you replace letters with other letters, but you can replace any phoneme with any string of letters once we get this all working. Am I missing anything else? Oh, yeah, since, you know, there are a couple ways to do it, but, you know, since the phonemes aren't inherently easy to understand, like someone just sees how something's pronounced with the IPA and they don't, you know, immediately know how to pronounce it. That's why they have like the lookup. The two ways we could do it are have it so that you can do a lookup of the sound. You can have like playback of the different, you like click a IPA and you hear what the phoneme sounds like, or just having a lookup. Lookup will probably be the easiest way. Well, no, lookup will be the easiest way. But if we wanted to, on top of having to deal with a SQLite database, also want to deal with text, or deal with voice simulation stuff, which seems like I'd be able to use that, what was it? Prompt builder. But it seems like this has the same issue. Oh, wait. No. Yeah. So it uses that to indicate where the emphasis is. So it's not Dubois, it's Dubois. So this might actually be our saving grace there. All right. Yep. So that is where this goofy ass project is going. I could rename it, but I still like the name fish.exe. And that's originally what it was designed for. Plus, there's not really utility to switching phonemes with other letters. I don't know. I don't know, but I think this is pretty good. Pretty good for now. So, yeah. Thanks again for joining me. This has been Programming with Hoto, Part 3. And see ya next time. Whether we go back to fish.exe, or whether we go back to Snake, or continue with fish.exe, or we do something else. Figure it out. Alright. See ya.